At exactly 2:17 a.m., my phone lit up the room with a sharp, artificial white glow that felt less like a notification and more like an intrusion, as if something on the other side of the screen had decided that I was no longer allowed the comfort of sleep. And for a brief, meaningless second, I felt only irritation because notifications had become an unavoidable background noise in my life, something constant and dull that rarely deserved attention. But that irritation drained out of me the instant my eyes focused on the message displayed on the screen, a message from an unknown number that said nothing except, "I can see you." A sentence so calm, so precise, and so certain that it didn't read like a threat at all, but rather like an observation, a statement of fact. And my mind immediately began scrambling for explanations, telling itself it had to be spam, a prank, a bot, some automated nonsense sent at random. Anything that didn't require me to accept the idea that someone was watching me at that exact moment, in that exact room, and before I could reply, block the number, or even steady my breathing, another notification slid down from Instagram informing me that one person had viewed my story, which made absolutely no sense because I knew with complete certainty that I hadn't posted anything that night, hadn't even opened the app in hours. And yet when I tapped it open with fingers that had begun to tremble despite my efforts to stay calm, my heart sank, as I saw a story uploaded 11 minutes earlier, showing a photo of my bedroom taken from an angle so deliberate and precise that it immediately erased any remaining doubt. The desk beneath the window cluttered exactly as I had left it. The chair turned slightly to the left, the curtain half open, allowing the dull orange glow of the streetlight to spill across the floor. The faint reflection of my monitor visible in the glass, the small crack in the wall near the bookshelf that even most guests never noticed, details so exact that the image felt less like a photograph and more like reality duplicated, frozen, copied. And I knew with absolute certainty that I had not taken that picture and had no memory of anyone else ever being inside my apartment. And when I checked the viewer list, there was only one account, an account with no profile picture, no bio, and a username composed entirely of random numbers that meant nothing. And the moment I refreshed the screen, both the story and the account vanished completely, as if they had never existed at all, leaving me sitting on the edge of my bed, surrounded by a thick, uncomfortable silence broken only by the distant hum of traffic, the faint echo of a car passing below, a siren far away. Sounds that normally grounded me in reality, but now felt strangely disconnected. And I tried to calm myself by repeating that technology fails, that apps glitch, that fear has a way of inventing meaning where none exists. But that fragile sense of control collapsed entirely at 3:06 a.m. when my phone vibrated again and displayed another message from the same unknown number saying, "You should have waved," followed by a photo that made my chest tighten and my stomach drop because it showed the hallway outside my apartment door captured from a low, careful angle where my door number was perfectly centered and clearly visible, sharp and well lit, not rushed, not accidental. And that was the moment panic fully took over and I called the police, who arrived calm and professional, their steady voices and routine questions grounding me only temporarily as they checked the locks, the windows, the fire escape, the hallway cameras, the building entrance. Replaying footage frame by frame and finding absolutely nothing unusual before gently suggesting that someone was probably messing with me online, a digital prank taken too far. And although I nodded and thanked them, their explanation felt thin, fragile, and insufficient. And as daylight arrived, I unplugged every smart device I owned, my television, my speaker, my laptop, covering cameras with tape, disabling permissions, turning off location services, trying to erase my digital presence piece by piece as if that could somehow make me invisible. But the fear followed me anyway, clinging to every quiet moment. And later that day, my friend Marcus called in a careful, uncertain tone, asking if I had posted something strange because an account was tagging me in stories. And when he sent the screenshot, my breath caught because it showed me sitting at my desk, wearing the same clothes I was wearing at that very moment. Staring directly into a camera I didn't remember owning or seeing, with a caption that read, "Last seen online." 02:17 a.m. And from that moment, the situation escalated rapidly as more private accounts appeared over the following days, each with different usernames but identical behavior, posting short, silent clips of my daily life, such as brushing my teeth while staring blankly at my reflection, tying my shoes near the door, standing on the subway platform watching trains pass, sitting alone in cafes scrolling through my phone, waiting at crosswalks as the light changed. Moments that were mundane yet disturbingly intimate, and each story disappeared after 24 hours but spread through screenshots and reposts that gathered thousands of viewers and comments debating whether it was staged, warning me to turn around, insisting someone was right behind me, analyzing my movements frame by frame as if my life had become content for strangers. And as the attention grew, my fear deepened into something heavier and more constant, until I stopped leaving my apartment unless absolutely necessary, stopped sleeping properly, stopped trusting mirrors or reflective surfaces because every reflection felt delayed by a fraction of a second, as if it was waiting for me to move first. And on the fourth night, one of the accounts went live without any notification at all as my phone screen turned on by itself to show my bedroom completely empty, while the camera moved forward slowly in perfect sync, with the sound of deep, steady breathing that did not belong to me, calm, patient, deliberate, a comment appearing at the top of the screen saying, "He's watching now." And at that exact moment, I heard a soft creak behind me as if weight had shifted on the floor. But I didn't turn around because some instinct older than logic told me that acknowledging it would make it permanent. And then the live stream ended abruptly, and the screen went black except for a final status reading, "Last seen." Now, after which everything stopped, the accounts vanished, the internet lost interest, trends changed, people moved on, and months passed during which I moved to a new apartment, changed my number, deleted every social media account I had ever used, abandoned smart devices entirely, downgraded to an old phone with no apps and no camera permissions, avoided crowds, avoided windows at night, avoided silence that lasted too long, and slowly began to believe that silence meant safety, until one quiet evening as I sat alone on my couch, listening to the faint buzz of the city outside, that old phone vibrated with a message from an unknown number saying, "New angle, better lighting." And the attached photo showed me sitting exactly where I was, frozen in the same position, and in the reflection of the dark television screen behind me stood someone else, smiling calmly as if they had been there the entire time. And beneath the image was a final line written with absolute certainty that erased every illusion of escape I had built, reminding me that I was never offline, had never truly been offline, and never would be.